Good morning, my beautiful friends. I don't know what's going on with my hair. It's always all over the place. Anyway, this week's theme in Advent is all about joy. And joy is such an awesome concept, right? But I didn't really know what joy meant. Like, what's the definition of joy? So, we sing joy to the world. What does that mean exactly? So, I looked it up, and here's what it means. It means the emotion evoked by well-being, success, or good fortune, or by the prospect of possessing what one desires, a state of happiness or felicity, a source or cause of delight. And then, that's as a noun, and then as a verb, it's to experience great pleasure or delight. So I thought about that, and I thought about joy to the world, and the song, right, that we always sing at Christmas. And, what a joy it was. But most people probably didn't even know what was going on. If you're Christian and you believe in the story of, Mary and Joseph going into Bethlehem, on a donkey, and the inn, and boy, they probably weren't filled with joy, because I've been in labor twice, and I would not use joy as what I would describe during labor pains. That's not joy, right? So if you believe in that story, if you believe in the Nativity story, imagine Joseph's frustration, like he can't even get a room in the inn. The best that they could do is the barn. And I mean, imagine what the barn smells like, right? Because it's 2024 and barns don't smell great now. I can't imagine they smelled fantastic 2,000 years ago. So I bet nobody was filled with joy. They've been traveling all day, they're frustrated, they're tired, Mary's in labor, she's on a donkey. Have you ever ridden a horse? I mean, can you imagine being in labor and riding a horse? No. Nobody was probably filled with joy at the time. And they're, relying on the shepherd, like the shepherd who lives with sheep, and he's like, yeah, this is a good thing. So I think about now and what joy is like for us, and I'm thinking about the homily that our priest gave at church, and I was thinking about growing up in the Anglican Church. And if you're new to the channel, I grew up in a very conservative spin-off of the Anglican Church here in the United States, and nobody ever seemed like they were filled with joy. Everything was very reverent and serious all the time, and I'm like, oh. And then one time we had these missionaries who were also Anglican who came from Ghana, and they participated in the service, and they were dancing and they were singing, and I thought everybody in my church was going to die because we did not do that. And I was like, I want to join that group. Look at them. They're dancing, they're clapping. They were so filled with joy. And I thought, wow, what it is to, must be like to go to their church. Like, send me to Ghana. I want to go there. Because when we think about light and we think about hope, and think about peace, these are joyful pursuits. These are happy and joy to the world, like happiness to the world. This great thing has come, and we shouldn't sit down and be reverent. We should be like celebrating and woohoo. In the gospel message yesterday, it was all about, and I'm paraphrasing here, it was all about, like, if you have an extra coat, not only should you give it, you must give it. Like, you must give your extra to help another person. And it doesn't say, like, well, only help that person if they believe the same thing as you, or only help that person with extra food because they believe what you believe, or you think they're worthy. The directive is you must. If you have extra, you must give to another, because that is what spreads joy. That's what spreads light. That's what spreads hope, which spreads peace. So there are real concrete expectations of us as humans to spread joy in the world, and then to recognize joy and to honor joy. I mean, how exciting is it? Everybody's getting ready for, the holidays and whatever you celebrate, whether it's Yule or Christmas or Hanukkah, and the exchanging of gifts and all the, the beautiful customs that come with all of those traditions and all the other traditions, right? and we get real bogged down with like, oh, I don't have the right napkins, or I wasn't able to get that switch for my kid, or oh gosh, this person's coming to my house for dinner and they're going to be inspecting with a white kid glove. We get bogged down, and our joy is robbed of us because we don't stop and pause and think about the light of the season and what the season reminds us to do in the world, which is bring light to others, which brings light to ourselves. So, as we think about joy to the world and joy in the world, I am wishing you all the very best of light and love, and I'm hoping that joy surrounds you and supports you and helps move you through this dark season as we head toward the solstice, which is when the darkness starts becoming more light on the 21st, right? This dark period, it's almost over. The darkest day is almost here, and more light and more light will come. And isn't that reason to be filled with joy? So I am wishing you all the very best in light and love. Be well. Take care.